Hi, everybody. Good evening. It is I, Raisna. Hi. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm still finishing my dinner. I have this strawberry poppy seed salad with chicken as my protein from Panera because I felt like it today. But welcome. Hello, everybody. Thanks for hanging out today on Twitch and or YouTube. I hope you all are doing well. Hi, Titan. Hello. I don't know if you'll hear the crunch, honestly, but we'll see. I don't think so. No, you guys don't hear it at all, actually. I don't see the mic picking it up. I don't think so. Not until I talk, anyway. Radio silence. I've deprived you all of the crunch. Munching on lettuce, anyway. But yes, we are continuing Love Spell. I'm so sorry, I meant to do it yesterday, but just stuff is going on. Honestly, stuff is still going on. I've been reading up on like the Love and Deep Space news. I'm like, the plot thickens, man. So, you know, I'm still deciding where to go from here. From what I've seen, though, I'm trying to parse through all of the information, see what's real, what's not, and then see what I can inform you guys about. But it's wild, dude. It's crazy. So yeah. For now, it won't be on the stream schedule for a little bit. I'm probably gonna be recording and documenting more stuff for my own sake. And, you know, memories, to preserve the memories and stuff, so I will be also exporting my VODs and whatnot from YouTube. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Enix, where are we? What episode were we on? Where did we end up? Episode 4? Like, we just finished episode 4, right? I think, yeah. Lucky for me, Genshin is too big to fail. Good luck, lads, girls. Thank you. Thank you for your salutes, Koval. So far, there's this, like, competitor called Silent Whispers, and I don't know how to feel about it. It showed up on my feed as all the Love and Deep Space, like, news was coming up, and I'm just like, ooh, I don't know how to feel about this one. I don't know. So I'm watching socials right now, and I'm just like, Okay, so we got through 4 chapters in Enix's story. So, you're in chapter 4, right? Yeah. You're in chapter 4. So, he's back in town. He's moved in. He's our next door neighbor. We went to a convention. And then they were having a moment, and then Isla called, his girlfriend, and so that's where we had to end stream the last time we played this. Play the Prince of Tennis Ultimate? You know what? Maybe. I'm considering. Oh my god, that was a really good tangerine. Oh my god. I'm eating salad. Oh my god, this is so good. Alrighty. Oh yeah. So I mentioned this last stream, but I did go to the convention. I did go to Anime Expo. If you saw in the Discord, you saw what I did. You saw that I went to the booth and did the interaction. But I did. Oh, we are not playing. Thank you, Nightbot. We are not playing that game. My bad. We're not playing that game anymore. We played that yesterday. We played the safer work route of the Love and Deep Space fan game. I was like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. We played the safer work version. We did not have any jump scares. We had a shirtless Zane jump scare, but like nothing more than that. But I did pass the no, I wasn't actually. He did a pseudo proposal. That scared me, actually. I saw videos of the girls hanging out the actors, and I was just like, whoa! No thanks. Cosplay does not equal consent, bro. I was ashamed to be, you know, I was like, dude, we gotta behave, otherwise they won't come back. I was so respectful to the Zane cosplayer too. Like at the end, he did his Zane bow, and then I bowed, and then oh my god, I turned away. He like It was so cute though. My friend had a video, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna share that. I can't share it because one, my face. I'm not editing that. I'm sorry. I'm lazy, guys. I'm not editing my VTuber over my face. That's too much work. A real talk though, I was really upset with how like the girls were literally hanging off the cosplayers, because literally when we got into those interaction lines, we were told by staff, let the actors lead, let the cosplayers lead the interaction. And I guess this happened after my interaction, but apparently the attendees who were in the line, I think after me, like way after me, and then I think on Sunday, were told, do not touch below the belt. I think because of like what happened with those videos. So just like, I am ashamed, guys. Like, yeah. You wearing glasses today? Your blinker is going crazy. Yeah, I am. And it's, yeah. And my light went out, so I am going a little crazy. Yeah. It's been a day. It's been a day. I normally, for streaming, I wear contacts, but, so then it tracks better, but it ripped in my eye. so I'm wearing my glasses today. Hi, Wild. Shame. Oh, lol. Oh my god. No, it's true. Wild and I had this conversation, guys. Like, we were talking about it. So I will continue to be like, no. Yeah, Brown Test 2 booth had a level 42 count zone only, keeping out the tourists. That's basically what happened with like Love and Deep Space as well. Like, you were supposed to be Hunter level 60 or higher. And then you had to do like an application and stuff. You had to give your Hunter ID and things like that so they could verify and check. And also, when you actually got there, they had the list of everybody with their Hunter IDs. And then you had to show them your game. Like, you couldn't like screenshot it or anything. They had to like have you tap the screen to verify that it was actually like your game and stuff. And there were a couple of scalpers who were like trying to like, oh, can you screenshot this? And I was just like, oh, no. A couple of potential scalpers approached me and my friend, and I like rebooted my phone. I was like, oh, sorry. My phone, my phone's acting up. Yeah. So I understand why certain companies do that. How far is level 60? Honestly, I don't even know how long it took me to get to level 60 anymore, because I've been max level for like 2 years now, I feel like, or like almost 2 years. But yeah, it was really sad because like I saw like there was that spot for Valko. It was really sad. But I think it took like maybe a couple months maybe of like diligently playing. I can't help but jump as one of my classmates quickly runs up to me with an excited grin. Cersei, did you hear the news? I mean, of course, you probably already know, but sheesh, how could you not tell anyone? What are you talking about? What news? Slow down a second. Geez, your hair's all over the place, you know? That Enix and Isla are dating? That news, girl. Everyone's talking about it. I hear my pencil drop to the floor as I look in disbelief at the excited face of one of my classmates. What are you talking about? Enix and Isla aren't dating. Oh my god. Don't tell me you didn't know either. Aren't you three like super close childhood friends or something? You're always together. Well, apparently they confessed to each other at the fountain a few days ago, and Isla officially broke the news today. Everyone's freaking out, with all due reason. And what crazy timing, right? With graduation happening less than a week away. Not gonna lie, though, to be honest, I kind of always thought you and Enix would end up together. But, well, I guess not. Without being able to think, speak, or process what's happening, I feel my feet carry me out of the classroom. I run down the hall as fast as I can to the one place I know I'll find the truth. The one place I'll find Enix. No. No. No, no, no. There's no way. There's simply no way. Tears well up in my eyes as I run faster. Shoving students, knocking over papers, getting yelled at by teachers, but I don't care. Nothing matters at this moment. Nothing. I pant loudly as I try to catch my breath, finally reaching the gym and the entrance to the school's baseball field. It's not true. Enix never said anything, and I know him better than anyone. This is all just a misunderstanding. He would have told me. He would have said something before. And yet, my heart nearly stops at the sight before me. Enix and Isla are holding hands on the field as the baseball team cheers around them. Enix motions for his friends to stop their hollering, but Isla only giggles in joy at their incessant teasing. Suddenly, all the boys on the team start to chant together. Kiss her! Kiss her! Kiss her! My vision blurs due to the amount of tears falling from my eyes. I feel like my heart is being ripped apart as I dig my nails into my palm and watch Enix and Isla lean into each other. No. No. Enix, wait. Please don't. The cheering turns into hollering and clapping. No. I watch as their lips meet. I feel my heart shatter into pieces. Pieces I'll know I'll never be able to put back together. Ruining my serious moment here. This is a Taylor Swift origin story. I mean, you're right. Shows every rom-com I've ever read on this channel. I slowly rub my eyes open as I find myself in my bedroom. I let out a loud sigh as a dull pain aches in my chest. Idiot. You're such an idiot, Cersei. Why bring up the past now? What good has it ever done you? Despite saying this, the tears begin to form again, and I can do nothing to stop them. In the corner of the room, a small penguin watches me with a worried expression. All right, hold on. I gotta prepare for my Philia voice. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, Philia doesn't talk today. Oops. A few days later, I sit on my couch staring at the TV with tired eyes as I lifelessly skip through channel after channel. Suddenly, a flashy news report comes on the screen. Now for our segment on trending topics. We're here at the grand opening of 8-Bit Lives, the interactive virtual reality video game exhibit that's currently touring the country and helping people all over the world relive their childhoods. Virtual reality video game exhibit? What's that about? Various video game companies have partnered up with tech titans to bring to life this revolutionary experience to immerse you with 3D worlds, all using VR technology. The exhibit even features live musical performance taking place as you literally walk through some of the most famous games in history. It's a true must-see experience for any gaming fan out there. Holy crap! That seems like so much fun. I would love to go. Oof, but I bet all the tickets are way beyond sold out at this point for such a cool event like that. Oh wait, no, I just gave a spoiler. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought we got to this part. I've played this route so many times that I forget what part is what. They did not go to the convention together yet. Oops, my bad. He just tutored her for her test because she failed. She basically failed her math test. She got a 10 out of 100. I sigh as I turn off the TV, glancing hopefully at my phone. No new messages. Of course. Why would he even message me in the first place? I'm not like anyone's... Oh, wait, no, I remember what happened last stream. Okay, so they went to a theme park. He invited her to meet his friends at the theme park. Some guy was like, "Oh, Isla told me you're into me. Let's go to the haunted house and, you know, do some stuff." And of course, Enix butts in because the guy's kind of shady. And yeah. He gets kicked, the shady guy gets kicked to the curb. Never seen him again after that. They go to a karaoke lounge. There's like spin the bottle, truth or dare. So you can pick truth or dare. So if you pick dare, which we did on stream, MC needs to give a lap dance to someone in the room or strip, basically take her top off. She's about to take her top off and Enix is like, no way, she's not going to do that. Takes the bottle, points it to him. So he ends up taking off his shirt in her place. Luckily enough, the bottle doesn't actually land on either of them. Then someone ends up dancing and turns off the light of the karaoke lounge. And so they dip, they run. And then they have a moment at the bus stop. And the tension is very, you know, there. It can be cut through like a knife through butter. That's the phrase. Yes. But yeah, 10% is really bad. Yeah. It was her test score was so bad. But now this is the aftermath of going to the theme park. Oh, here's the penguin. Sorry. Don't show the Nikkei Twitter. Can't handle penguins right now. You have to explain why. Can't just say that. Okay. Philia's toad voice. Toadette voice. I need to get into character. Hold on. Aiming on it. Master Cersei? Are you, feeling better? I raised my head to see a familiar little penguin peering worryingly into my face. Yes, Philia. I'm sorry for worrying you. I guess I must make your job difficult, huh? No, that's not true at all. My job is to help you experience love, and well, this is a normal part of it. After all, just because two people love each other doesn't mean they also don't fight or get angry at each other. It's quite the opposite, actually. You usually fight because you love each other so much, like you and Mr. Enix do. Philia, spell or no spell, Enix doesn't love me. He never has. At least, not in the way I love him. I think both you and I know that at this point. Wrong! I have proof! Philia grins as she waddles up on the couch. Since you're feeling all mopey the last few days, I went over to Mr. Enix's house, which is right next door, myself, to find something that would cheer you up. What? You broke into Enix's house? Did he see you? Philia, you can't just go breaking into people's houses. Oh, police. That's the least of your worries.
Didn't I tell you? Normal humans can't see me unless they're a wizard or something, but I don't think that's the case. Anyway, I found this! My proof that Mr. Enix is madly in love with you. Philia brings out an old worn notebook she was hiding behind her back and lays it on my lap. My eyes widen as I immediately recognize the cover. Human rights don't apply to magical penguins. Nope, not at all. Philia is a criminal. Philia, wait, this is... Well, am I right or am I right? If Mr. Enix didn't love you, then why would your name be all over this notebook of his, huh? Oh, I know exactly what happened, word for word even. He must have wrote all when he was terribly heartbroken the last few days after you two fought. His heart was crying out in pain, and thus he took pen to paper to write out his sorrows of love. French is hard. Très romantique. A genuine laugh escapes me as I grab the tattered notebook. Philia, you dummy! This notebook is from when we were kids. Inside it was a story for a video game that Enix and I created together. We even worked on it for years and years back then. Of course, my name is in it. Wait, what? You guys wrote this all when you were kids? Oh, oopsies. Well, I guess that also explains the really bad handwriting and stick figures. I smile fondly as I turn the notebook's old pages and see the terrible handwriting of two hyperactive 7-year-olds. Each page is lined with ideas for a story we had both promised to make into a video game one day. From a cast of characters to monsters and bosses, even outlines of swords and weapons. We dreamed up an entire world together. The spider freaks me out. Both of them. As I turned the pages, my eyes widened. More detailed drawings and notes began appearing, ones I was not familiar with. I realized the date on each page now jumped years later from when we first started the notebook. He continued it? I turn more and more pages, and the drawings become grow more detailed. More notes and outlines peek out beside them. I know! This is a tragedy because no game studios are hiring anymore, only layoffs. I know, I heard about the Xbox ones yesterday. Ugh, my heart broke. Dude is scary. Oh. I'll never give up on our dream. This is so... Suddenly, I turn to one page and my heart somersaults. Wait, is this me? On the last page, there's a sketch of me smiling. A note below the drawing labels the date to be about a week before our high school graduation. The caption next to the drawing reads, "I'll never give up on our dream." I turn to the next page and find that they all go blank afterwards. What? It just suddenly stops? As I close the notebook, I hold it gently to my chest. This notebook, it's years of effort and dedication for all that one dream. How could he possibly say he doesn't remember it now? Since early in our lives, Enix and I have always shared the same love of video games. We would get lost in the stories we embarked on, all the characters we met, all the worlds we discovered together. During the toughest parts of our lives, we had always had each other and the games that inspired us to dream and keep going. The very same games that brought us together. Isla was never much a fan, but Enix and I, the afternoons we would spend together as kids, just laughing and playing and making up our own stories until our parents had to drag us home. Thinking back on it now, perhaps those were the times I truly remember Enix smiling the brightest. I know he still remembers that dream we made. And if he doesn't, I'll make him remember it. Just as I think this, my doorbell rings. Huh? I peek out through the door and see no one. As I'm about to head back, I see a small bag on the floor filled with snacks, a tub of ice cream, and a note. I'm sorry. Here's my peace treaty offer. P.S. I ran out of your favorite brand, but I hope this one's okay too. E. I smile and pick up a small bag and glance at Enix's closed door. Right around here. A small but firm feeling of determination fills my heart as I look inside the bag to see all of my favorite snacks. Even some I had forgotten I loved so much. My chest aches with warmth to think there's someone out there who knows me better than even I maybe know myself. I'll definitely make you remember that dream, Enix. More than anything, I just want you to be happy again. Even if you choose to abandon your dreams, I want you to do it with a smile on your face. I won't give up until then. As I close the door, an idea suddenly hits me. Philia, I need your help! Yo, what's up? Can you teach me some magic, please? What? Teach you magic? This is kind of sudden. Please, I really need your help with something pretty, please. What kind of magic are we talking about exactly? Why, the best kind there is, of course. Money magic!
Oh no, what are you doing? What are we doing here? The next day, we wait in line to enter a giant convention center, and we can spot posters popping up with mascots from some of my favorite video games in the distance. I look over at Enix to see him visually shaking with excitement as his eyes dart all over the area. Holy shit! Holy frickin' shit! I can't believe we're actually standing in line to 8-bit lives. Seriously, how on earth did you get tickets to this thing? They were completely sold out months ago. I want to know how I know that because I emailed the event coordinators 3 times a day, every day, for like 4 months, and they still wouldn't budge. Heartless jerks, I think they blocked me. Well, I had help from a very magical cheese-loving penguin, so thank her. Okay, so you don't plan on telling me? That's cool. I still can't believe we're actually going to attend this thing. I'm so hyped, man. God, I'm shaking. All right, so I memorized the schedule for today online, and there's a panel with a whole bunch of really cool voice actors after the VR show ends, which we gotta see. And after that ends, they're opening a booth with the merch that they're only selling at this location. So I hope you brought cash to burn because I definitely did. And then after that, there's the... Huh? What's up? Why are you laughing all of a sudden? Because, geez, I knew this thing would be totally up your alley. But I didn't think you'd be you'd be this over the moon about it. It's been years since I've seen you this enthusiastic about something, you know? You look like a kid on Christmas. Leave me alone. I'm just excited, okay? Damn, that face. Cute. As we make it to the front of the line for the exhibit, we can't help but marvel at the giant technological setup from the outside. We point, laugh, and take pictures as we watch people interact with the mascots, characters, and cosplayers from their favorite games throughout the reception area. Eventually, we reach the inside of the building and get organized into groups. A staff member hands us our headsets and motions us toward the group heading into an exhibit room. Enix and I playfully nudge each other as we walk towards our destination, excitement visible in our faces. A guide brings us to an expansive room that has replaced its walls and flooring with full-scale projector screens and ushers us to put on our headsets. Enix and I snap a quick goofy selfie before we turn to face the announcer and the lights begin to dim. You know when you said metaverse? Yeah, no, it is correct, actually. VR headsets. A voice in our headset suddenly rings out and begins to go over some safety instructions and precautions. I feel Enix grab my arm and pull me slightly toward him, as if not wanting to lose me in the crowd.
Eventually, lights begin to appear in our field of vision as the countdown commences. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like Fate Lion God is playing his video game. Suddenly, the whole room disappears before us, and in its place, we are immersed in front of an impressive-looking 3D castle as its theme song starts playing. I can only beam in awe as everyone around the room begins to clap and cheer around us. I know. Blast off! All around the space, digital holograms of knights and people dressed in medieval tunics appear next to us as if we had just landed in the middle of a video game. Whoa! What the hell? This is so cool! Holy shit, seriously, look at this. This is amazing. To think that they'd utilize VR technology to literally bring this to life. And look at these details. I'm floored, man. Floored. Oh my god. Enix, look, it's changing. It's changing. People begin to cheer and yell as the 3D world around us changes into a dark medieval castle. Suddenly, a swarm of virtual bats screech before flying overhead deeper in, of us, deeper into the dark halls ahead. Yo! I remember this. I recognize this place. This is Dracula's castle from that famous vampire game. Manorvania or something? Right? Damn, this looks so cool. Cersei, heads up. You might see a grown man cry today. And it might be me. You dumb fanboy! Don't cry. This is way too cool to cry over. Man, I'm one hell of a weeb and I love it. As the background begins to change again, a familiar melody begins to play out in the room as knights clash their swords. A gasp escapes me as I turn to Enix, knowing it's his favorite game of all time, The Tale of Link. Hi, Thana! Popping in to say hi before bed kisses. Thanks for dropping by, Thana. They're being nerds at a con. They're at a VR exhibit right now. Suddenly, a 3D knight dressed in green holding a giant sword appears. He rides... Hold on. Oh, that's weird. Can you hear that? Oh. Oh, okay. Anyway. That is louder than usual. Okay. It's working overtime. He glides through the village on a great brown stallion with a castle glowing in the horizon. That is so loud. I know. I'm like, holy moly! What's going on? Hold on. What in the world? That's louder than normal. Hold on. Let me check something. It's starting to slow down. Are they leaf blowing instead? No, that's actually... You're not going to believe this, actually. That's my graphics card. That is actually my graphics card. Okay, quiet it down a bit, though. I think, mayhaps. Okay, yeah, no. That was weird, though. I have no idea what happened. Yeah, is it the fan noise? Yeah, actually. It's never gotten that loud before. That's so weird. Hold on. Let me check something. Can y'all hear it now?
Or is it still like, can you only hear it when I talk now? No? Okay. Alrighty. Not at all. Okay. Okay, I made some adjustments. I had other stuff running, so I had to like I just stopped the other things I was running in the background. But anyway, thanks for letting me know. That was weird. Alrighty. So, back to the story. The hero rides through the village on a great brown stallion with a castle glowing in the horizon. Enix, did you see that? It was him, the great hero. Cersei, don't look at me right now. Oh, Enix, I can't believe you're actually crying. Oh, there it goes again. Let's go! We gotta see it all! That is so weird. Hold on. It's doing it again. Hold on. That's so weird. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. All right, it's starting to cool down a little bit. There we go. I think mayhaps, maybe. We'll see. We'll figure that out. I did have to check the temperature. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to cool down. It's really toasty here, so that would probably be it. I was just like, oh, it was working overtime to cool down. But hi, we're back. We should be chill. Did check the temperature. Okay, yeah. 51. I think that's Celsius. But yeah, we're good. We're good now. They look normal now. Okay. Alright, back to Legend of Link. As if it were the most natural feeling in the world, I take his hand in mine as we move throughout the virtual space. Oh, oops. Hold on, log. This last line. My cheeks start to hurt from smiling and laughing as we explore the interactive worlds appearing around us.
Among the sea of smiles and laughter, among the sea of smiles, laughter, wonder, and amazement, I relish in the feeling of being next to Enix as I watch him enjoy himself to the fullest. As he shoots me another smile, another genuine smile, I know in my heart, among all the wonders happening around us, that smile of his is the most wonderful of all to me. Aw, he's so cute. Crimson! A virtual medieval vacation? Do we get to pretend to run a restaurant? Not this time. Eventually, the show comes to an end. The staff encourages us to chat, take pictures among several posters and interactive decor on the display outside. Oh man, look, Cersei! They even 3D printed out the stone and the legendary sword. You don't think they'll let me take it home, do you? Oh, Enix, can you take a picture of me trying to pull the sword out, and then I'll take one of you? Come on! This is kind of familiar, actually. This is so familiar. There was one time, I think was it Disneyland or Disney World? Wild and I went, and like they have the sword and the stone thing, right? I did try to take a picture as if I was pulling the sword out, and then Wild was like, yeah, let me just roll for like, what was it, Merlin? In FGO and Fate Grand Order. Was it Merlin or was it like like the Arthur card? I think it was Merlin. Do you remember? We laugh and take funny photos together as we browse the rest of the venue and enjoy the remainder of the exhibits. Eventually, the shops selling exclusive merchandise open up. Then Enix and I are reborn. Cute! Finally! Artist Alley is open! Time to waste all my money on cute merch of my favorite characters. Oh my god, Enix, look! New acrylic charms! I can finally make a brand new eat it bag of my husband, my 7th one! Oh god. Holy crap, and they're selling limited run enamel pins here too. Yes! I just started a brand new pin collection. I need these! Cute! Spend every single cent to my name for my darling waifus and husbandos. Do you know Chris? Huh? I can't say I do. Same. I'll happily start for the next 2 weeks if it means I can add new merch to my collection. This charm looks like you, somehow. I want that acrylic stand that looks like... who cares about having money anyways? Look at that adorable button badge! I'm gonna go into debt and take out a loan for that body pillow. No, please don't actually, Enix. Do not do that. Financial freedom is overrated. Take my money. Please don't go into debt buying merchandise of your 2D husbandos and waifus. Thank you. Don't actually do it. Don't go into debt. It's not worth it. Only spend what if you're able. As someone who buys merch of her Oshis, trust. You can't tell me what to do, Hayusami. As Enix and I continue to make very bad financial decisions, a pair of voices suddenly draws our attention from behind. Hey, did you hear what that announcer just said? They're going to be raffling off a super exclusive limited convention only figure of the Miss Moon series. Yeah, and I also heard they're giving away one from Tale of Link too. Oh, I hope we win. I'm so happy we got tickets. Same, but I mean, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of either of those series. But I can always sell them online for a totally absurd price. Some dumb fan will totally buy it. Ooh, here's so bad. I can't believe my bestie's a scalper. Hey, you two. Where'd you get those raffle tickets? Huh? We got them at the booth over there. Are there any more? No, I think they're sold out. We got the last ones. Is that so? Hey, Enix, did you hear that? Yeah, I heard. A super exclusive, a limited convention only release of a special figure of the Miss Moon and Tale of Link series. And she's planning to scalp him if she wins. She's not even a fan. Tell me, do you like being alive? Give us those tickets, or I'll promise you'll taste the sweet release of death. I've watched all 7 seasons of The Last Wuss. Trust me, I know how to bury a body. Price scalping is bad, murder is also bad. And I will absolutely consider serving time in prison for an exclusive con-only figure release of my waifu. Now, give us those tickets, or perish. Kia! And they were never heard from again. But yeah, don't scalp, guys. I say this after the fiasco that is AX. I was looking on the secondhand shops for like pin badges, like can badges of like Love and Deep Space, right? There's some people selling the giveaway bags from Love and Deep Space at AX for like $200+ or more. I think the highest one I saw was like 340, I think. As we finally leave through the entrance, it's quite late. The crowds have significantly died down. We finish a few hot dogs we brought to a nearby concession stand as our dinner while we rest at a bench outside. Please tell me they were bacon wrapped hot dogs, because that is definitely a convention staple. Like $5 hot dogs. Enix looks up at a giant marketing poster on display of his favorite game and reaches his hand out to touch it. Tale of Link has always been your favorite, right? I stand next to him, watching him wear a proud smile on his face as he looks up at the artwork. Yeah, this game really influenced me a lot growing up. It gave me courage in some really dark times and made me smile when I didn't think I'd smile again. It's really special to me. I'm sure you know that feeling too, right? Of course, I feel the same way about Miss Moon, the Miss Moon series. She taught me that there's a superhero inside of all of us, including myself. We really are alike, huh? You and I? Is that a bad thing? My heart squeezes as I feel a hand ruffle my hair and I look over to Enix smiling at me. Are you kidding? It's the best thing in the entire world to me. Life couldn't have given me a better best friend. Ow! A moment of silence takes place as only the sound of the evening breeze is heard. I know, it's almost like we were made for each other! Almost. Ugh. Oh my god, sorry. Give me a second. Gotta check something. Ay, ay, ay. I know. Receive psychic damage? I know. I know. I play with the ends of my hair for a few seconds before taking a deep breath, mustering up all the courage I can gather. Did you really forget about that dream of ours? Silent seconds turn into minutes. I frown in fear that I may have stepped over a still open wound. Just as I get ready to apologize, of course not. Not for a single moment. Just like I haven't ever forgotten you. How could I? Enix looks at me and it feels like he's staring right into the depths of my heart. His expression looks as if he's waiting for my answer. All right, guys, do I grab his hand or look away? What do I do? What do we do? After the I've never forgotten you, like
Grab his hand while you're making up your mind. I feel my heartstrings tug as a wave of courage washes over me and ignites a small fire in my heart. Stretch the interaction out. just as a time saver. I feel him flinch as I slowly take his hand in mine, commanding his full attention. Enix, look. All this time, I actually... Mommy, come quick! It's the legendary hero! I found him! God, I feel bad for the people who hear me out. We turn around at the source of the excited screaming to see a little boy running towards the hero's poster at full speed. He screeches to a stop right in front of it, and he stares up at the giant artwork with twinkling eyes. Whoa! This is awesome! Mom, look! It's the hero, just like in the game! A woman approaches us with an apologetic smile as she tries to quiet down her son. But Enix grins and suddenly kneels down next to the boy and points up at the poster. Are you a fan of the great hero too, bud? Heck yeah! I'm his biggest fan! He's my favorite character ever! Nice, I totally know how you feel. He's mine too. The mother only laughs gingerly at the heartwarming display, and I can only giggle at their wholesome interaction. A few moments later, Enix returns to my side and smiles at the older woman next to me. Oh, I'm truly so sorry for bothering you two. It's just he really loves that game and wanted a picture next to the hero's poster. There's no need to apologize, ma'am. We were just the same at that age, right, Cersei? It's true, and here we are years later. My eyes widen as I suddenly realize the mother is crying. She's still staring at her son, but tears suddenly begin pouring out of her eyes as she covers her face. Enix notices it too as he cautiously approaches her. Ma'am, are you all right? Oh, I'm fine. Please don't worry about me. I promise you. These tears come from nothing but joy. What do you mean? Are you sure you're okay? If you're feeling unwell, we can go get some help. No, it's nothing like that. Allow me to explain. You see, my son was very ill when he was young. He was born with a lot of medical problems and spent most of his youth bouncing from one hospital to another. Enix and I briefly exchanged a worried look as we turned back to listen to her story. There came a point that I thought we were going to lose him altogether. He had to go through a major surgery at such a tender age, and he was so afraid. We all were. But then one day my husband brought him a game as a gift in hopes to raise his spirits. At first we thought he'd toss it aside like he had done with all his previous toys, but he didn't. Rather, he fell in love with it. He simply wouldn't put it down. He was in love with the story and with the character of the hero so much that he vowed to be just like him. It's all thanks to the story that my son agreed to undergo the surgery, and he's still here with us now. To others, this might simply be a game, but to my son, it was the strength and courage he needed to keep on living. It was his light in his darkest hour. I feel tears welling up in my eyes as I listen to the mother's heartfelt story as Enix listens intently. I'm so grateful for the people who created this game, who created these characters with whom were able to inspire my son to keep fighting. To some, it might just simply be a video game, a good pastime, but to me, it became my entire world, and it ended up giving my family the most beautiful gift of all: hope. And now my son says his dream is to create a game that will inspire others when he grows up. Tears spill from my eyes as I look at Enix. I can't make out his expression as he turns away. That's so beautiful, ma'am. Thank you for sharing his story with us. We're really happy for you both. Of course, honey. Thank you both for listening and being so understanding. The young boy runs up to his mother again and hugs her legs. Mommy, thank you for taking me here. I'm so happy. I can't wait to make a game one day just like this one. What I do next surprises even me.
Without thinking, I kneel down next to the little boy and smile. Hey, did you know that boy right there has the same dream you do? He wants to make video games too. He loves them with all his heart, just like you. Seriously? No way. Really, mister? You're gonna make games too when you grow up? Yep, he wrote an amazing story about a group of brave heroes traveling through all sorts of worlds and going on an exciting adventure together. That is so cool! Whoa, mister, I can't wait to play your game one day. Thanks, bud. Well then, I hope you look forward to it. Laughter echoes through the night as we spend some time together with our new small friend. I am about to cry at that interaction. Yeah. Mom, the game gave my family hope. Even the microtransactions. Fuck the microtransactions. In the Season 2 update, they nerfed the paladins for no reason. Not the PvP updates! After leaving the grounds of the convention center, we decide to head home for the night. On our way home, a small park we used to frequent as teenagers comes into view. I look over at Enix as he walks beside me, staring at the ground, seemingly lost in thought. He's been oddly quiet ever since we ran into that young boy. As the leaves rustle and then in the night breeze, I bite my lip in hesitation. What should I do? We're gonna call to him. I swallow hard, gathering my courage as I turn to him. Hey, As we stare at each other wide-eyed, we can't help but laugh at our coincidence of suddenly talking at the exact same moment. Sorry, you were saying? Nah, you can go first. Despite his reassurance, I can only cast my gaze down as I look for the right words. Enix, I just want to ask you one thing. If you can answer it truthfully, I promise I won't ever bother you again about it. All right, what is it? He says this, but his eyes tell me he knows what I'm going to ask. Do you really want to become a doctor? Not even a little bit. I knew it. Then do you still really want to give up your dream of making games? At this, Enix lets out a loud sigh. He turns around as he tears his hands through his hair before turning back around with a frustrated expression. You're really making this hard for me, you know that? What? Up until the moment I saw you again, I thought I really had it all figured out. I thought I had finally gotten my life together. I had my goals set, I had my choices made, and everyone around me liked them. I even thought, hell, I could even eventually learn to like them too. I'm gonna pause right here, because this is important. Just the ad break is happening, so I'm like, I can't do this to you guys. This is a very important scene. I can't do that. I'll wait till y'all come back. Huh? There's a Tenchi Muyo anime coming out? Huh? What the? Announced like today, yesterday? What the? And then apparently, someone from Hololive is voicing someone. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm like catching up on all my stuff as I, oh, hold on.
Please hold. Let me take off my watch. It's been buzzing this entire stream. Narissa, yeah. Yeah. Tenchi Muyo? Anime Ghost in the Shell Quick, what year is it? I know. And then Magic Knight Ray Earth coming out as well. Like, what the heck? It's being crowdfunded? Ooh, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think we're all rolling back. Alrighty. So recap this in about like 15 seconds. So Enix thought he figured his life out. This is sounding like it's leading up to a confession again, you know? Yeah. So Enix, this is Enix saying, up until the moment I saw you again, I really thought I had it all figured out. I thought I finally had gotten my life together. I had my goals set, had my choices made, and everyone around me liked them. I even thought, hell, I could eventually learn to like them too. But then you come along. As he says this, his tone grows serious. Expecting another scolding, I look down to see he's walking toward me. You come along and bring up the past. You keep bringing up old emotions and feelings I thought I had gotten rid of after all this time. All of these things I thought I had finally buried away and moved on without. I avert my gaze to the ground as he comes to a stop in front of me. However, he reaches his hand slowly and lifts up my chin to look up at him, and my breath hitches. And you make me realize how much of a goddamn idiot I am. To think that I could ever truly live without them in the first place. To think that I could ever live without you, Cersei. My mind goes blank. The only sounds I can make out is my heart beating louder than I've ever heard in my life. I'm unable to think, unable to speak. I can only watch as Enix's face grows closer to mine as he brings one of his hands to cup my cheek. Please, say something. Anything. And we pause because this homeboy is still with Isla. Homeboy is still with Isla. This is not good. Don't forget Evangelion by Yoko. Yes, Yoko Taro. That's right. That is correct. I forgot about that. There was a trailer. I didn't get to see it yet. I've been busy. But I'm going to. But also, back to Enix right now. Homeboy, you're still with Isla. And then I posed the question that I asked in the first time I streamed this, or the demo, where it's like, okay, there is tension here. We need to know why, right? So for people who are best friends here, and he's with Isla, he has more chemistry with MC than he does with Isla, and we've seen it, we've known it, we felt it, and also like something happened, something sabotaged them, because as we saw in the opening of this chapter, or no, 2 chapters ago, it's like something happened. I'm not going to tell you what I know what happened, but we'll find out. You guys will find out when we go through this. I know. It's like, aren't you still with Isla? Let me make a call real quick. And we are quiet. I missed you. I missed you so much.
My words come out in barely a whisper as I wrap my arms around Enix's waist in a tight embrace. I feel him hug me back tightly as one of his hands digs into my hair. We stay like that for a few minutes, but when he tries to pull back, I tighten my hold. Please. Just a little longer. Please. However, I flinch in surprise when Enix suddenly whispers in my ear. Cersei, look at me. No, I can't. I really can't. I shouldn't. Enix jolts me out of my own thoughts as he pulls me back slightly, only to look into my eyes. I missed you too. I feel tears burn in my eyes from the intense emotions running through me, but I'm unable to look away. He cups my cheek again as I watch as his eyes lower down to stay transfixed on my lips. Our foreheads press together, but he keeps leaning in. I watch as his eyes close as I slowly start to close mine, as if our actions aren't even our own anymore. As if there's a much greater force at play taking hold of us both, leaving no room for thinking. A soft whisper escapes my lips as I say his name. And just as our lips are barely inches apart, his phone rings. You were saying about a phone call, Crimson? You were saying? End chapter 5. Episode 6. Lies to Lips. I throw a baseball in the air and watch as it falls back down to land in my hand. I repeat the action several times as if lost in a dazed trance before eventually stopping, letting out a deep sigh. It must be my millionth sigh for the night, but what does it matter? Everything just feels so pointless. If you didn't realize whose point of view it was by the color right here, this would have tipped you off already. This is the chapter where we're seeing Enix's point of view. Cersei's face and voice echo in my ears after the events from last night replay over and over in my head like a broken reel. Oh, hi, Isla. Funny you called, actually. As Cersei softly whispers my name, I almost lose all sense of logic and reasoning. I watch as her eyes flutter close, and she stays still as I lean closer. My heart is pounding so hard it hurts, but my head isn't thinking. All I see is her. All I feel is her. All I want in this moment is her. Do all the love interests get POV chapters? Is that common? Yes, there is at least one chapter in this game where they do have POV chapters. Right around the middle of their routes. But my phone's obnoxious ringing sends us both back into reality. I close my eyes and scowl as I pull away from Cersei. I know exactly who's calling me. Somehow she always manages to have the worst timing. Bookmark that line, guys. We're gonna come back to that. I step back, pulling out my phone, and stare at the caller ID for a few moments in contemplation. God, I really don't want to answer. But it's Cersei's voice that breaks through the silence. Answer her. Answer her. You don't have... You have no reason not to. I look up at her in surprise. She knows who it is, too. Guilt impales me like a spear as I watch Cersei quickly turn away from me, her figure shaking. She doesn't deserve this. I know that better than anyone. I grit my teeth, and an overwhelming sense of self-hatred coursing through my veins as I pick up the phone. Hey, Isla. In a moment of blind rage, I throw the baseball against the wall. It ricochets against the wood panels and knocks down a nearby frame on my bedside table, shattering it. I look over. It's a picture of me and Isla. I stare at it for a few moments before letting out a large sigh, not even motivated enough to pick it up from the floor. I groan, tearing my hands through my hair, and fall back onto my bed. Just what the actual hell am I doing? I'm in a committed relationship. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be feeling this way towards anyone else. God, I'm a worthless bastard. I'd apologized to Cersei last night for my actions, but she didn't even look at me as I did. She just smiled and said it was fine. That we both just got caught up in our adrenaline and emotions from the exhibit, and it didn't mean anything. My heart sank when she said that. But what else am I in any position to say? Or to feel? I sigh deeply for what must be the millionth time today and decide to push everything out of my mind and take a shower. I know. See, the move here would have been to instantly hurl your phone into the darkness. Dumbass. Dumb, but empathetic. But yeah, he is a dumbass right now. Enix, I just shattered a picture of me and Isla. It might be symbolic. Absolutely, it might be symbolic. I remember this scene. This scene actually, like, I wanted to throw something at him. After a steaming hot shower, I feel somewhat more composed. I walk into my room and look down at the glass mess still on the floor, carefully kneeling down to grab the broken picture frame. It was a picture of Isla and I on our graduation day. You know what would help fix the situation? A pizza in the shape of a penguin. You know, yes, it definitely would. With like a nice arrangement of pepperonis that say, I'm sorry. That sounds great, actually. Isla beams a giant smile next to me, wearing a fake one. To think this was the week that changed my whole life changed. Backstory. So remember how the drawing of MC was dated the week before their graduation? Remember that? This is why. I stare at my sweaty palms as I try to stand up straight. Anxiety swirling in my chest almost makes it hard to breathe, but I try my best to shake those thoughts off. I look up to stare at my reflection in my locker's small mirror. Sure, there's hesitation in my eyes, but there's determination as well. I muster up a smile. All right, this is it. Today's the day. I say this, but shit, I'm so damn nervous. It feels like I might actually throw up. Ugh, how do people make this seem so easy, man? All the stupid shoujo mangas are a damn lie. I spent months, no years, building up the courage to what I'm about to do. Confess my feelings to my best friend. I thought to myself that confessing to anyone is a stressful scenario, but what's even more when it's someone I've basically known my whole life. Someone I've adored my whole life. To think I could lose my best friend and our friendship in the blink of an eye was just downright terrifying. There was no other word for it. That the mere thought of it had kept me from taking actions for years because I couldn't imagine what my life would be like without her. Bookmark that line. But I knew I also couldn't keep going any longer without telling the truth about how I felt. I can do this, damn it! No chickening out this time, Enix. Whatever happens, happens, but I'll tell her today. I glance at the small charm swinging from my bag and recall Cersei's smiling face. She stayed up all night making it for me a few months back when she told her I was nervous before a big game. One of the countless ways she has supported me through all the trials of my life. Cersei. God, her name makes my heart pound like crazy. I'll tell her today. I have to. I'll tell her she means the world to me. I nearly jump out of my skin as I hear a locker slam shut next to me and reveal the face of one of my junior teammates. Oh shoot, sorry Captain, I didn't mean to scare you. I didn't think there was anyone around here still left. I thought you'd be outside watching the show. The show? What are you talking about? Yeah, you didn't know? Everyone's talking about it. The captain of the baseball team is confessing to that girl today. I think her name was Cersei? I heard she's never had a boyfriend before. I wonder how she'll take it. Captain? You okay? I feel my heart nearly drop out of my stomach as my brain processes the words. I slam my locker and grab my bag before running out. I see a small crowd of students all hovering at the field. At the distance, I see Cersei standing next to another guy. A pang of jealousy hits me as I watch her smile at him. Just as he tries to grab her hand, I see her pull back nervously and step away. Why, that cheeky son of a... I narrow my eyes and start marching towards the field when a hand suddenly grabs my arm and pulls me back. Isla? You're finally going to do it, aren't you? Don't do it, Enix, please! I stare at her with a puzzled expression as she casts her gaze down. Eventually, she takes a deep breath before she looks up at me with teary eyes and grabs my hand. Your feelings won't be reciprocated, you know that. There's no way to really know unless I finally do this, Isla. Now, please let me. She doesn't love you, Enix! My eyes widen as I watch Isla suddenly lose her composure. I sigh and grab her hand to remove it from mine, but she puts her other hand over it to stop me and begins to cry. She doesn't love you, Enix. You're just a friend to her. Cersei told me herself. I asked about you the last time we talked, and she sees you as a childhood friend and nothing more. The three of us have known each other for so long, Enix. She has no reason to lie to me. All right, guys. Let me at her. Let me at her. I feel my heart drop as the words coming out of Isla's mouth. Without my consent, months, years worth of courage I'd been trying to build up all this time begin to crumble under my feet in seconds. Just as I open my mouth to say something, Isla continues. I'm sorry, Enix. The truth is she's already in love with someone else. So if you tell her now, your feelings will only burden her and ruin a lifelong friendship. Is that really what you want? To lose Cersei? I look over to where Cersei is and watch her as she smiles and laughs with another guy. I can't make out what they're saying, but it no longer feels like I need to. She doesn't love you. The words echo through my entire body. Is that really what you want? To lose Cersei? Like something wrapping itself around my throat, I feel my mouth grow dry. All I can do is watch her from afar as I feel my heart slowly break into countless fragmented pieces. But I love you, Enix! Isla, what are you saying? It's true! I have loved you for so long, and I was always too afraid to tell you. I'm sorry that Cersei doesn't feel the same way about you, and she never will. But I do. I really, truly do. Who wants to punch her? Let's form a line right here. She doesn't love you. She never will. She loves someone else. I'm unable to process anything as I simply stare at the crying girl in front of me. Eventually, I sigh as I run my hands through my hair. Isla, listen, I'm sorry, but I don't... Suddenly, she embraces me. I can feel her shaking in my arms as she cries into my chest with the most intense emotion I've ever seen her show. Please, Enix, please, just give me a chance. Give me one chance and I know I can make you happy. I can give you everything. Everything Cersei would have never given you. Just please give me a chance to prove it. I love you, Enix. But the one I love isn't you. The one I love is... I look over at Cersei one last time before looking down at Isla. I know! I didn't realize this game had a supervillain. How brazen, hi Spicule. And I never had the courage to look back up again. So, there's a line where he says... Oh wait, no, this actually might be coming up.
he wanted to talk to her. He wanted to text her because he was very misunderstandings. The trope, everybody, by the way, is if you have a webtoon or a book that's like misunderstanding, that's like, yeah, no, that's unfortunately my jam. This is it. Childhood friends, misunderstanding, supposed unrequited love, but actually it's requited because they didn't talk to each other, and they're like, oh, I didn't want to lose them because, you know, I value our friendship. Wow, gee. All of the pieces. Damn, I'm consistent. As I pick up the glass pieces, I'm careful not to damage the photograph. I place it gently by my bedside and reach for my phone, dialing Isla's number. After a few rings, she finally picks up. Hey, babe. Oh, hi, darling. How are you? I've been better, I guess. We've been having some really crappy weather down here lately. Hey, listen, can we talk for a bit? I really need... Sold out? What the hell do you mean they're sold out? Then why are the shoes on display over there, you imbecile? Look, I don't care about your excuses. Find me your manager then. I'm not leaving without them. Ugh, stupid, useless idiots. They deserve the minimum wage they paid. Is everything okay over there? Oh, sorry, hon. I'm out shopping right now. I'll talk to you later when I get the chance. It can wait, right? Great. Bye. Love you. Mwah. Ugh. Ugh. Reading as Isla is not my favorite thing in the world. Before I'm even able to get a word out, the tone goes flat. Of course, if it's not her issue, it can always wait. I know. What are you talking about? I didn't misunderstand a thing. I scowl as I throw my phone on the bed before letting out a sigh. Just as I head over to get a broom for the mess, my eyes land on a familiar notebook sitting on my table side. What's this old thing doing out here? As I turn through the pages of the notebook, I'm flooded with memories of simpler times and happier days. I can't help but crack a small smile as I read through mine and Circe's old drafts and sketches. Suddenly, my smile fades as I land on a page with a particular tear. Oh. I beam as I place another open sketchbook in front of me, filled to the brim with designs and concepts I had spent endless nights creating and refining. Well, what do you think? I've been working on this project for a really long time now, and lately I've been seriously thinking about pursuing it as a career. Trust me, I've done my research. Indie game development is on the rise more than ever, and there's so many amazing avenues for developers to take. I really think that... Are you done? What? Isla sighs as she crosses her hands and looks down at the tattered sketchbooks that lie in front of her with a frown. Sweetie, look. Don't take this the wrong way, but don't you think it's about time you stop talking about these silly little games? Isla, why would you say that? You know they make me happy. I know, darling, I know, but the reality is we're not kids anymore, Enix. That's what I'm trying to get at. Isn't it time you matured and moved on from all this? I mean, you have so much potential, sweetie. I just hate to see you wasted on something so meaningless. Not to mention impractical, with no stability either. All in all, this is just foolish. And besides, what would your brothers and your family honestly think, Enix? An indie game developer? Oh, I can picture Errol and Ethan's faces now, can't you? Frankly, I think you'd be better off sweeping floors, love. I can't even form a response as I only sit there and look at the sketchbook sitting in front of me. Remembering all the dreams I once had, the times when writing in this notebook was the only thing that brought a smile to my face. Remembering my time with Circe. And for the first time, I feel like a complete fool for ever thinking life could be like my dreams. Isla notices my silence and clears her throat before putting her perfectly manicured hand over mine. I'm sorry, darling, but you know I'm right, don't you? You know when you said supervillain? Yeah, no. Crushing a man's dreams like that. I let out a deep sigh and placed the notebook inside a drawer and bury my face in my hands. As I do, an overwhelming sense of depression looms over me. Suddenly, my phone jingles. I stare at it for a few moments in contemplation of even checking it before I slowly relent and pick it up. My eyes widen at the notification screen. Hey, I just wanted to send you these pictures from the exhibit I took on my phone.
As I scroll down, my lips break out into a small smile. First one that's crossed my face in days. I scroll through the goofy pictures we took in all sorts of angles and poses back at the exhibit. I save each one of them on my phone as if they were priceless treasures I never wanted to lose. All I can do is stare at myself in the photos next to Cersei, wearing a giant, genuine smile in each one. I can't even remember the last time I genuinely smiled in a photo before this. Ryugan, hi! Been a hot minute. I hope you have a good stream. Thank you. Thank you for the hydrate as well. I appreciate it. It is very toasty. So thank you. I hope you cool off too. I hope you are well. These are awesome. Thank you for sending me these. No problem. It was a lot of fun. I let out a sigh of relief I didn't even know I was holding. Thank God, she doesn't seem too upset. I was really worried. I grip my phone and stare at her contact screen. It's an old photo we took in high school together. Her eyes twinkle from across my phone screen, and in that moment they look like stars in the sea of darkness. Fuck, man. I want to see her so damn bad. Suddenly, my doorbell rings. The wastelands are hot throughout the year. I'm doing my best. Stay cool. Do what you need to do. I peep through the door hole. Why do they call it a door hole? It's a peephole. I can't take this seriously. And see the face I've been wanting to see the most. Without a second thought, I swing the door open. Oh my God. I know. Terminology unchanged. Cersei? Did I come in a bad time? Yeah, he's shirtless. I look down and realize I'm holding nothing but a pair. I'm still in nothing but a pair of sweatpants for my shower. Sorry, I just got out of the shower. I'll go get changed real quick. No, it's fine. I won't be here long. Rather, I just wanted to know if I could borrow some flour. I'm baking something and ran out. Baking at this hour? But you only usually do that when you... I mean, sure, I'll go grab it for you. One sec. As I hand her the pack of flour, I realize she hasn't looked me in the eyes once. Use as much as you want. Ah, hold on. Key. Don't worry if it runs out. Thanks. I shouldn't need too much. I'll return it later. Good night, Enix. As she turns to leave, my body reacts on its own as I grab her arm and pull her back toward me. But you only usually do that when you know me too well. She's sad. She's depressed. Also, her outfit's so damn cute. Fuck. I want to cosplay it. Surprised, she finally looks up at me as I stare into her eyes. Why won't you look at me? Is it because of last night? No, I already told you, nothing happened. You worry too much, you know? She smiles, but I know it's fake. She does look cute. I know, I haven't seen the spirit penguin in a while. We haven't seen Philia in a while, so she's probably eating her cheese, doing something. My gaze softens as I try my absolute best to keep my emotions in check and slowly let her go. Are you sure you're okay? You should be asking yourself that, good sir. I'm fine, dummy. I'm gonna get back to my place now, okay? I have sweets in the oven. I'll come by to share them with you when I'm done. Night. Night. As I watch her leave, I slowly close my door. Ah! Ah, my favorite scene. Ah. I hate it here. I stand behind her for a few seconds, not knowing if she's still on the other side, feeling as empty as I am. Little did I know, the only thought running through her mind was the same thing running through mine. Why couldn't it have been you? Why couldn't it have been you? Of all the people in this world, I've only ever wanted one to look my way. It's you. It's always been you. I hate it here. My favorite. Looking through the door, neighbor looking through the door. I need to go to the store, but I can't go and all that. And with all this drama happening, I can't. The neighbor's like, man, these two. God damn it. Also, this is actually kind of sad. This is making me really sad with all the Love and Deed Space shit happening right now. I'm like, man, might need to go commission an artwork right now. Back to sadness. More sadness. It's always been you. This song needs the song Airplanes. I could really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now. Gotta love the angst. And Ryugen, they're childhood friends. This makes it even worse. They're childhood friends with lots of tension, and then you realize their third childhood friend fucked it all up and was like, Enix, she doesn't love you, but I do. But she actually did love. She was in love with him. That's why she rejected the basketball team captain dude. And then he ran away. He went to college elsewhere, and he's like studying pre-med, and he's with Isla. But like, there's no chemistry with Isla whatsoever. There's more tension between him and his childhood friend. And anyway, they almost kissed, and then Isla like called and interrupted the moment. And so then we ask ourselves, is it home wrecking if someone home wrecked the real ship first? In fiction, in this setting, in the setting of Love Spell, probably not. In real life, yeah, absolutely, that's home wrecking. In this fiction, though, unlike, yeah, I'm gonna square up with that guy. You'll meet her in like the next few chapters. I did want to slap her across the face. I still do. So why? Why couldn't it have been you? Ugh. The amount of times I have screenshotted this. Yeah, I got it mixed up. No, you're good. You are okay. Also, this guy was a coward. So when Isla, the third friend, like the third childhood friend, told him that MC right here didn't love him, he believed her. This dumbass believed her. Believed her over his best friend over here, that like they spent so much time together. He knew her in and like inside and out. He knows her well, right? He should have gone to ask her and be like, he should have gone to go confess, but like having a friend tell him that the person he was in love with didn't love him back is devastating. I get it. However, this dumbass should have known. Should have freaking known that Isla was wrong. Because they spent so much time together. Chasing their dreams. Yeah. No, it hurts. And so there were lines actually in the opening chapters when he's talking about his dreams and like some things just don't work out. It had tipped me off that something had happened in their also it always with stories like this, it always happens that way. And when I saw Isla, I was like, okay, you bitch, I don't like you for a reason. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when someone names your worst, most horrible fear, it causes an instant will check. His high school saving throws weren't leveled up. That's true.
That is true. He was baby. This is like 4 or something years later. 3 or 4 years later. But yeah, no, it's upsetting. But also, had he gone up to her, we wouldn't have the story, right? I actually got some friends to play this. I actually gifted the games to like 4 friends, and one of them actually finished Enix's route and just like rolled up into my DMs and went, Brazna, what the fuck? And I'm like, welcome. Welcome, we're here. I walked back into my room to see the notebook I had just put away is now laying on my bed again, open to the drawing of the page of Cersei's drawing. The last one I had drawn of her smiling. Enix looks like 10% beefier in the shot. I think that was the point. If I have to go through this, you have to too. I look around suspiciously. If someone's in here, you better come out now. No answer. I searched throughout my apartment with a bat in my hand. The same bat that he used earlier in like chapter 1, chapter 2, where he accidentally he broke into MC's apartment because he heard her screaming at 3 a.m. I searched throughout my apartment with my bat in my hand, trying to deduce if someone had sneaked in, but I find no one. I head back into my room. I pick up some crumbs off the floor. Cheese? Shaking my head of any weird thoughts, I simply write it off as a side effect of stress and toss it into the garbage. This is their high school version of her. She's so cute. I'll never give up on our dream. I lie down in bed and stare at the page of Cersei's sketch. I touch the drawing as if memories of the day I drew it come rushing back to me. I know. Welcome to my torment. We made sweaters. Please tell me they're the get-along sweaters, Crimson. We need to know. We must know this. Cersei suddenly turns to me and beams a giant smile. Oh, what about a princess? A princess is an RPG class. We can't just randomly throw that in there. Oh, why not? You can make it so the sprite slaps the enemies with, like, giant ornate fans. It would be so cute. That sounds ridiculous. Hey, Enix, you have not played the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV that has a dancers class and has fans. Hello? I think you should play it. Just saying. Says the one who wants to draw giant swords and monsters. Think of our female audiences, you buttface. I let out a sigh as I stretch out my hands before falling on my back to look at the blue sky. Sheesh, this is harder than I thought. I don't even know where to actually start. I mean, I knew from the start that making a game wasn't going to be easy. I knew that, but some days it just feels like I'm trying to climb this huge impassable mountain, you know? And I don't even know how to take the first step. But you can do it. I know you can. I look up to see Cersei with an earnest smile on her face. If there's anyone in the world who can make this game come to life, it's you, Enix. I just know it's... How can you say such things like that with no hesitation, huh? Or rather, why do you always have so much faith in me? I watch as Cersei stands up and walks a few paces from me before turning around with a warm expression. Who knows? Maybe because you're my best friend? But honestly, because you're you. It's as simple as that. You don't get it, dummy. You're naturally someone who people look up to, dummy. That's why they voted you team captain. You may not see it for yourself, but everyone else can see just how hard you work. You inspire people, Enix. You make them smile. So don't doubt yourself so much. And even if you do, I'll always be here to smack you straight. Got it? Thank you, Cersei. Duh, that's what best friends are for, right? I'll always believe in you, dummy. For real. Even if the whole world doesn't, I always will. That's a promise, okay? I'm trying not to cry. This is so... I close my eyes for a few moments before slowly opening them. I glance at the notebook one last time as I think of Cersei's smile. It's as if suddenly everything finally makes sense. In that moment, it feels like all the pieces of my life line up and point me towards the truth. The truth that I've been running from all this time.
A small spark of courage ignites in the depths of my heart, but it's all I need to propel me forward. She's been there. She's always been there for me. Ever since, all I've done is lie, hurt, and run from her. But that ends now. I'm tired of lying to myself, to Cersei, to everyone. And I'm done trying to pretend I'm someone I'm not. Hell, someone I don't even want to be. I reach towards my phone and redial a number. After a few rings, a voice answers. Honey, I told you I'm busy. Cut the crap, Isla. We need to talk. Now. Chapter 7. Episode 7. Goodbye again. This is probably going to be the last one before I call it a night. One week later. I slowly open my eyes as I hear the chirping of birds outside. From the amount of light flowing into the room, I can tell it's almost midday. I close my eyes again as a sigh escapes me. It's hard to just even get myself out of bed these days. My phone vibrates, but I have no intention of answering. It vibrates incessantly for a few more moments, but I keep my eyes closed with no motivation or willingness to answer it. But after barely a minute, it starts vibrating again. Fed up, I turn around and grab it, reading the notification at the top of my screen. Oh, it's today. I almost forgot. But how did the baking go? Did she use all the flour? We'll never know. I walk into my kitchen to see Philia waiting patiently in front of my microwave for her snacks to finish heating up. Philia knows how to use the microwave? Good morning, Philia. Ah, good morning, Master Cersei. Would you like some cheese for breakfast? I'm making cheese sticks. I'm good, thanks for asking. As I take a seat on the kitchen stool and watch the little penguin in front of me excitedly peer into my small microwave, staring at the frozen treats as they heat up. My phone vibrates again. I peer into the screen and immediately put it down again, sighing. Philia, it's today, right? A few seconds later, Philia turns around with a saddened expression on her little face. Yes, tonight is the night the spell officially ends. So then he'll just forget everything that's happened in the past few weeks, right? That's correct. Tonight, when the full moon reaches its peak at midnight, Mr. Enix will forget everything that's happened between you from the day the spell was cast until now. I know, the clock looks backwards. They flipped the screen. Good, it's for the best anyway. But Master Cersei... I'm lost in thought for a few moments before Philia waddles over. Suddenly, she puts down a small bag of frozen cheese sticks I had bought for her in front of me and steps back. What's wrong, Philia? Did we run out of cheese again? Don't worry, I'll go buy some. I'm sorry, Master! This is all my fault! I'm a terrible, terrible penguin! The worst ever, in fact! Philia, what are you talking about? Why would you say those things about yourself? It's because I didn't try hard enough that you weren't able to experience the greatness of love. You didn't even get a kiss and... Now you'll die alone, surrounded by only cats! Wow, I'm so sorry! Philia, I'm not going to die alone surrounded by cats. At least I hope not. Oh god. If only I had tried harder. I should have helped you more, but I spent most of the time just eating cheese. This is all my fault. Philia, that's not true at all. Listen to me. I know. Penguin. Philia is one of the best characters in this game. She's great. She's phenomenal. A+ sidekick. A+ magical familiar minion thing. I need to regain my composure. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, no. Philia's like, you're gonna say hello with cats, and MC's like, no, I hope not. Jesus Christ. Ah, but no. Philia, I'm a terrible penguin. Well, I didn't want to be the first one to say it, but I know she's cute. She's very cute. I feel like normally the last time I read this, my voice for Philly was a little higher, but my voice is a little tired, so I'm not gonna go as high as I did then. I rub her little head in an attempt to calm her down. It's all thanks to you and your master that I got to experience some incredible moments with someone that, well, someone I never thought I would have the chance to do so with again. If it wasn't for you, I never would have been brave enough to see Enix again. So, thank you, Philia. Your job here is done and I was able to have a really great time the past few weeks, okay? Please don't blame yourself for how things ended up between Enix and I. But Master Cersei isn't happy at all, are you? I can sense it, you know. Your heart is very, very sad. Sometimes happiness doesn't fit the mold, Philia. Huh? Oh, what does that mean? Forget it. Today is our last day together too, right? Eat as much cheese as you'd like. Can you promise me that you'll enjoy today? Maybe, you could tell Mr. Enix how you feel, you know? Get it off your chest forever and... There's no point in doing something absurd like that, Philia. Let's not talk about it anymore, okay? Please? I pat her head once more before I turn around to leave. As I do, a call suddenly comes in. I stare at the caller ID for a few seconds before nervously answering. Enix? Hey, you. Are you busy today? Well, not really. Great, I was thinking we could go somewhere and... Huh? Cersei, were you listening? Is everything okay? Sorry, Enix. I'm not really in the mood to go out today. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, that's totally fine. Then, do you mind if I come over? What? Now? Come on, it'll be fun, I promise. Let's order a ton of junk food and just play video games all day, like the good old days. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Right? Cool, I'll be over in a bit then. As I hang up the call, a sigh escapes me. My heart aches as I stare at Enix's smiling face and his contact picture. It's a shame that you won't remember a single thing about our time together this summer. Later that evening, pizza, ice cream, and junk food are sprawled around my apartment floor among a mountain of old games and gaming consoles. Loud music, laughing, and cuss words echo throughout my entire apartment. I gasp at the TV screen, almost dropping a half-eaten cheese stick in my mouth. Enix, if you launch that blue shell at me right now, I swear to God! Whoops! My finger slipped. There it goes. My jaw drops as I watch my character's cart spin out of control and fall off the map as Enix's shell hits me. I shoot daggers at Enix's laughing figure next to me as he takes first place. Again. You are the literal worst! Who fires 7 shells in a row? Honestly, Enix? I can't believe you actually managed to get hit by every single one, too. That's gotta be a world record. Enix's laughter grows louder as he attempts to block sofa pillows I'm flinging at him. I angrily pout and sit back down as he grabs another slice of pizza and takes a giant bite. Man, it's been way too long since we've done this. God, my cheeks are starting to get sore from laughing so much. More like I regret agreeing to this in the first place. Why? Because you suck? Come on, Cersei, don't be such a sore loser. Wow. Hold up. Who are you calling a sore loser? That's rich coming from a guy who almost cried because he couldn't get a combo down in the game before this one. My controller's bugging out, all right? You want a rematch? Bring it on, scrub. No items, Fox only, final destination. And there they go. Yeah, I feel like a cat being baited by a feather duster. Yeah, no, this game, the push and pull. Betrayed by Enix and Isla in the same stream? I know, right?
A few hours later.
Enix and I continue our gaming shenanigans for hours on end until the sun sets and the moon rises. Hold on, let me check something. Okay. My once melancholic expression is now completely replaced with a genuine smile as we relive out some of our best days of our lives. Ha! I win again. Woo! Enix, you're so bad at this. What happened to all that big talk earlier, huh? I look over to see that Enix isn't staring at the screen, but at me, with a gentle expression. I grow flustered under his gaze as I break eye contact immediately. I'm glad you're feeling better. What? You weren't in very good spirits earlier this morning, right? I'm just glad you seem a lot more like yourself now. I don't know what you're talking about. He suddenly stands up and looks down at me with a smile. Nothing but a smile belongs on your face, Cersei. Anything else just doesn't suit you. Why did I think of a smile better suits a hero? Enix, get out of here. Actually, no, don't leave. Don't. At his words, my heart once again begins to unwillingly throb, and pressure starts forming behind my eyes. Suddenly, Enix heads towards the door. Without realizing it, I raise my voice. Wait, you're leaving? It almost sounds like you don't want me to go. Haven't you realized it's gotten pretty late already? It's practically almost midnight. My eyes widen as I stare at the clock. 11:43 p.m. I feel my heart begin to sink before staring back at him. Enix, wait, please, Relax, dummy. I'm just gonna get something from my place really quick and I'll be right back. As he leaves, Philia pops out from under the sofa. Master Cersei, it's almost time! I know, Philia. What are you going to do? Will you really let it end like that? Several minutes pass by and Enix has yet to return. I stare at the clock anxiously. 11:50 p.m. I swallow down my anxiety and I turn towards my front door. It's almost time, but I at least want to say goodbye to the Enix I know now. Hurriedly, I run out of the room. I know, a smile better suits a don't you dare. That's how I feel like you guys are hearing me say that. As I go outside, I notice Enix's door is wide open. What the? Enix isn't the type to be so careless. I peek inside the house to see all the lights are off. Slowly, I open the door and enter his apartment. I nearly tumble into something as darkness surrounds me. Sheesh, it's pitch black in here. I can't see a thing. Oh, hold on. Hey, Enix, hey, are you okay? No answer. Anxiety starts to build up as I walk towards around the pitch black apartment. As I'm feeling around the wall for a light switch, my hands finally find it. I flick it on and suddenly, surprise! I look behind me and I see Enix in a party hat with multitude of balloons and confetti. On the table next to him, there's a neatly wrapped gift and a cake with birthday candles on it. Enix, you remembered? Of course I did, dummy. I know it's a little late and I just wanted to surprise you before the official end of today. Happy birthday, Cersei. I stare at the perfectly planned cake and decorations that awaited me in surprise. Unable to control my feelings any longer, my tears well up in my eyes and I start to cry. Enix runs over to me with a sheepish expression. Okay, it was really that cringe. Look, Mr. Soul talked me into it. Blame him. It's perfect, you dummy. Enix shuts up as I wipe my tears away. Even though I'm crying, there's a huge smile on my face. Wow. You really are perfect, Enix. It's not even fair. Those aren't happy tears, are they? Cersei, what's wrong? Are you okay? At his words, something inside me breaks.
Something that was strong for so long finally gives out and I break down sobbing. No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay at all. I'm just tired of pretending I am when I'm just not. Enix rushes over to me with deep worry painted over his eyes. Cersei, breathe. Look at me. I'm right here, okay? You can talk to me or not talk to me, but I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not leaving you alone like this. Let's just breathe, okay? I look into his concerned cerulean eyes and see my reflection. I slowly glance at the clock on the wall behind us. 11:59 p.m. I wipe my tears and force a smile. You won't remember any of this in a few moments, so I guess now's the good time as ever, huh? What are you talking about? I push my hands against his chest and muster up all the courage I can manage as raw emotions spill out of my eyes. I love you, Enix. I love you, Enix, more than anything in this entire world. I watch as his expression grows blank, with his mouth slightly agape, but nevertheless I press on with my confession. I have been in love with you my entire life. Ever since we were small, it was always you. It's always been you. No one could ever compare or come close to what you mean to me, to what all of our memories together mean to me. Thank you for being in my life, Enix. Thank you for everything. All I want is for you to be happy and be yourself. You don't have to be anyone you don't want to be because you're perfect, Enix. You're perfect just the way you are. The boy I've always known and loved. So please, be happy, okay? That's all I want. As my voice trails off, I slowly bring my lips to his in a sudden kiss. As I do, I hear the clock chime behind me. 12 a.m. Slowly, I open my eyes to see Enix still standing there, still as a statue. I guess that's it, huh? It's all over. Not wanting to face him as my heart breaks for a second time in my life, I slowly turn away. Goodbye, Enix. And thank you for everything. As I start walking away, I feel an arm forcefully pull me back. My eyes widen as I turn around and see Enix wearing an infuriated expression. That's it? You say whatever you want, kiss me all of a sudden, then try to leave like it never happened? Just what the hell do you think you're going after pulling something like that? What? Before I can even form a reply, he crashes his lips into mine. My heart is racing and I can barely keep up with the way he's kissing me as he wraps his arms around me. We part for barely a second and my eyes bore into his as my brows knit together in confusion. Wait, what? You remember, but how? As if I could forget the words I just heard you say. Without even being granted a second to respond, his lips crash down onto mine with more passion and fervor than the last. I lose myself in his touch as I kiss back. Tears begin spilling out of my eyes again, only I can't tell if they're in relief or another emotion. I wrap my arms around him as we kiss blindly, losing our balance and even crashing into the furniture around us. We stop for a moment to catch our breaths, but with barely a second's respite. Enix kisses me again as he picks me up and carries me to the direction of his room. Enix places me on the bed as he leans over me, his lips never leaving mine for longer than a second. My heart slams into my ribcage as my mind finally catches up to the situation unfolding before me. Enix, wait, hold on! I can't wait any longer, Cersei. I'm at my limit. No, I'm way, way past it beyond this point. I waited too damn long for this. For you. Throwing shit at you. Not a second more. Not one. Time out. I need to read your comment about daylight savings. Philia going, hey MC, what's daylight savings?
Oh my god.
I interrupt this program to ask about daylight savings.
Also, I need to catch my breath here. Oh my god. Hold on. Where's my fan? It's too warm here. Opens up one of those like flip fan things. Can you hear this if I do this? Air. Jesus Christ, it's so hot here. I don't even want to turn off the AC. I'm the only one toasting, yeah. I am the only one toasty, so I'm just like, I don't know if I should or not. Yeah, I hear the fan slapping something. Yeah, no, it's literally... It's hitting my arm. Oh my god. Ah! Alright. His lips crash down onto me again with so much emotion I can barely gain back control of my own senses. I want nothing more than to lose myself in his lips and his kisses, but instead I attempt to grab the last of my wits and push him back. But Isla, we can't do this, Enix. My eyes widen as he calmly stares at me with an intense gaze. It's like he's staring into my soul. He grabs the palm of my hand and kisses it as he pulls back and sits on the bed, his back to me. After a few moments, he finally speaks up. Isla and I aren't together anymore. I ended it over a week ago. What? But why? To be explicitly honest, I probably should have ended things with her a long, long time ago. I don't think I had the courage to confront the reality I found myself in this whole time. The reality that my own choices had led up to. But why? I just don't understand. At this, he finally turns around to face me. He gently grabs one of my hands and places it on his chest. I can't help but pause when I realize just how fast his heart is beating against my palm. Because of you, Cersei. Because I love you. Because I can't stay away from you, and I was a fucking idiot for ever thinking I actually could. Because you're the first thing I think about in the morning and the last thing on my mind at night. And because I'm so much better when I'm with you. What don't you understand? You said I mean the world to you. But what you really mean to me is so, so much beyond that at this point. I feel tears falling from my eyes again as I watch Enix in his most vulnerable state. His eyes bore into me, but they carry honesty. A deep, unfeigned honesty. I was a coward. A complete, utter fool who didn't even try to fight for you, to fight for us. And now I realize just how stupid I've been this whole time. And I've put you through so much, haven't I? Cersei, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. At this, I completely break down and start sobbing. I can feel his intense sobs rack my body, but Enix just holds me close in his arms as he kisses my forehead. I attempt to cover my eyes with my hands, but he grabs my hand and places it over his heart again. I can feel his heart pounding so hard through my palm that it almost scares me. He gently brings one of his hands to cup my cheek as he wipes away some of my tears with his thumb. God, I don't deserve you. Not by a long shot. But I love you, Cersei. I love you so fucking much. And I intend to spend the rest of my life proving it to you, making up for it if that's what it takes. Thank you for loving an idiot like me despite all my flaws. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Without letting him finish, I crash my lips into his, and his words weave their way into the depths of my heart. I know, Enix, I put you through so much, haven't I? Yes. Alright, would you like to keep reading or skip to the next morning? Goodbye, Anne. It's a very important part. I will, hold on. Let me, I was so wrapped up in reading, I didn't even realize it was going off. Genuinely really pissed me off. It appeared when things got really good. It's okay. Things are gonna get better. It just asked me if we want to keep reading or if we're gonna skip until the next morning. But he's saying he's sorry and that he doesn't deserve us. And he loves us so much. And he intends to spend the rest of his life proving it to us, making up for everything. And for, like, he's thanking us for loving an idiot just like him, despite all his flaws. And now do we keep reading until the next morning? Yeah, probably. All right, guys, buckle up. Grab your popcorn. Also, thank you for the sub, by the way. Oh! Hype train. What? Yeah, this is on the 5th chapter? What a slow burn. I know, right? This is the 5th chapter. There's still drama. There's still drama coming. There's like 11 chapters. Plus the good ending, the bad ending, and the epilogue. Alright, grab your popcorn. Maybe a little spicy, but not spicy enough. It's not like Love and Deep Space spicy, but you know. The music. Where's my water? I need this. Hold on. 11 chapters, I think? Hold on. Oh, that was like... No, wait. Sorry. This is chapter 7, I think. Chapter 7? Ish? I'm a liar, sorry. Everything's blurring together. I've played this route so much. Okay. Get into scene. For the first time in my life, I silenced the voice in my mind and let my body dictate the rest. The feeling of his kisses, of his hands on mine. I had dreamt about them for so long that they could never compare to the reality I was experiencing now. We stopped to momentarily catch our breaths as we look at each other. I feel Enix's hand cup my face as he gently rests his forehead on me. Enix, I love you. I know that now, and it's something I'll never forget as long as I live. I promise you that. Okay, I'm so glad that there's no, like, heavy breathing like in Love and Deep Space, because honestly, like... Because I would just lose it. I hope it's not like the lads game. Some people have been known to accidentally toggle on the NSF. That was one time! That was one time, Crimson! And I may have panicked at the Zane one, but I distinctly remember I did not toggle the NSFW for the Zane game. For Caleb game, I didn't think it would be that bad. For context, Regan, there was a Love and Deep Space fan game that I played, and I was just like, oh, I supported the fan game, so I purchased like the full version of the game. And it asked me, oh, toggle on the NSFW. I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. And I fucked around and found out, right? Nuked that VOD so fast. We saw Caleb butt cheeks. And there were sounds. There were suspicious sounds. I had to... For research, may I know the name of this kid? Ryugen, I'll message you after. I'll spoiler tag it. I fucked around and found out. So did Caleb, you don't have to. You don't have to. Are you sure? I was half joking. You can't tell me that. I'll take it seriously. I'll take it seriously, Frendel. But you were half joking. You were half serious. All right, message me. But for seriously, I did have to nuke the mod. Because I panicked I panicked so much that I had to put a picture over it and then realized you could still see the motion. So you could kind of see what was going on. You could see like, yeah. I had to turn off the sound too because you could hear the sound. Stream couldn't hear it, but I could, so it threw me off when I was reading, and like it was nah. While you're still here, you luckily you made it. Yeah, no, the VOD never made it to YouTube. I took it down like ASAP off of Twitch. I was like, we can't be doing that. So I learned my lesson. I very much learned my lesson. But dang, it is a story that I can laugh at now. Back to MC and Enix though. I silence him with another kiss and feel him kiss me back with intensity that's been brewing inside us and inside the both of us for many years. I run my hands through his hair and he rolls on top of me, our kisses growing deeper and longer. Before long, we're both breathless and starting to work up a sweat. Enix stares at me as he slowly strips his shirt off as I watch the lamplight cast a surreal glow on his gorgeous figure. He kisses me again as he pushes me back down the bed, and I feel his hands start to travel all over my body. They suddenly work themselves under my shirt, and I let out a surprise. Actually, she's ticklish. She's very ticklish. But yes, I will get anybody up to speed if there's ever a thing. Like if I ever mention things like Star Ocean, Second Story R18, I will explain that as well. Essentially, it was more or less like a similar thing where we kept making AO3 jokes and keep calling the gun the sword of light, the weapon of light or something, whatever we called it. And I was just thinking, I just kept thinking of like the manhwa where they like censor particular body parts in spicy manhwa, and so that is why if we refer to Star Ocean Second Story R18, that's what we're referring to. I also nuked that stream, so that's why I would never get sponsored. Yeah, I used to be an AO3 guy. Yes, so that explains it. You are now up to speed. And that is why we have now started my Otome journey, so I've given up. I will never be sponsored by AAA companies. And that is okay. Yeah, I have a lot to catch up on Raising the Lore. There's probably a lot. The more time you spend here, the more lore I will drop. A crimson blush paired with a sheepish expression looked back at me as he pulls away. I know, it's a very good blush. Oh, listen, we're probably both not in the right state of mind, especially most me, but we don't have to continue or anything you don't want to. Dumbass. Dumbass, why? Because you honestly think I haven't wanted this for so long, or just as much as you? I was just surprised is all. If you really want to stop now, without needing further input, Enix silences me with the most passionate kiss of the night. Unable to contain my pleasure with the raw intensity of the situation, I stifle a moan. That's like the second or third time they say intensity. I'm sorry, I'm counting this now. His hands move towards my clothes, and before I know it, they sprawled out on his bedroom floor. Might as well be her bedroom floor at this point. They should just move in. Suddenly, he leans back and pauses just to stare down at my body, as if he were trying to burn the sight of it into his memory. He looks over me with such an intense look that I can no longer feign confidence. As I attempt to conceal myself, he grabs my hands and kisses them before pinning them above me. You're so beautiful, Cersei. So please, don't hide from me anymore. Not now, not ever again. As he begins to kiss my neck as I bite down on my lip, trying to suppress my voice. As the night progresses, we give ourselves to each other.
mind, body, soul, over and over again. He makes love to me in the most loving words are hard, guys. In the most loving yet passionate of ways, almost as if trying to make up for the years we lost. It's only been 4 years or less. 3 years? Words are hard indeed, yeah. Yeah. I know that's a good description. You can count intensity and I'll keep an eye out on crashing lips. Thank you. How many are we at? I'm at like 4, right? I actually have a tally mark right here on my paper, my piece of paper right here. At one point in the night, Enix breathes out hard as he rests his head on my shoulder. Droplets of sweat fall down on his face as I silently watch him. I seize the opportunity to suddenly push him aside and climb on top. Whoa, girl! I narrow my eyes down at his flushed, breathless face as he looks up at me in confusion. Cersei? What's wrong? Is everything okay? Enix, shut up! Do you know what you've put me through? Do you know... I forgot about this. Do you know how many times I dreamed about this? How many times I did thinking I'd never get to once experience this? It wasn't just you, trust me. I'm sorry, Shut up! I'm gonna make you pay for breaking my heart the way you did, you bastard. Throws my pen! Yeah, yeah. Yeah. As I position myself in a certain way, I don't have to describe this. I watch as Enix flinches hard. I don't have to, yeah. Is it possible? Turns out it is possible to overshare in this situation. Just a little bit, yeah. We're all in this boat. All in this together. MC is talking too much. He suddenly tries to grab my waist, but it's too late. Just a little too much. Cersei, wait, hold on, please. Ah, shit, fuck. Both of them might have been oversharing a little bit just right there. I look up at the moon countless times and feel a sense of gratitude. Because if this is just another dream, it's still not time to wake up, and I can relish in it just a little longer. We get to meet each other over and over again as our bodies coalesce together into a feeling I've never known until this moment. I love you, Enix. What next morning? Yahoo! God damn it! I feel like I should read a little bit longer so then we don't end up ending here. Just a little. Because they still haven't eaten the birthday cake yet. That they left out. The next morning, I slowly open my eyes and the first thing I see is Enix's serene, sleeping face. It's not too late on your side, is it? It is 11:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, so there's still time. I just wanted to save chapter 8 for the, like, most of chapter 8 for the next stream. But I didn't want to end there after the, you know, the they get to sleep together part, you know? The fumble. Something in my heart lights up as I smile watching him. It wasn't a dream. I slowly reach over and move some of his bangs out of his face. As I do, his eyes slowly open. I momentarily lose myself in his gaze before I can form words. I'm sorry, did I wake you? Just as I intend to pull my hand away, he grabs me closer and hugs me tightly into his warm chest. I let go of any embarrassment I held and wrapped my arms around him. God, it wasn't a dream. I was thinking the same thing, you know? You have no idea how nice it is that your voice was the first thing I heard today. His voice is deep and laced with sleep as he speaks, sending shivers down my spine. Despite everything we did last night, my heart still pounds at the simplest of his actions. I kiss his chest and nuzzle into him. After a few moments later, Enix looks down at me and kisses my lips. Good morning, sleepyhead. Cersei, have your lips always been this soft? I feel like I literally kiss you all day. Maybe I finally will. Enix dozes off again. After a little while, I quietly sneak out into the living room with plans to prepare a surprise breakfast. Did MC pass her math class? Maybe? If she swapped to credit, no credit, she probably did. But if you're asking for a letter grade, probably not. Suddenly, I catch sight of the cake, candles, and confetti yesterday still sitting on the dining table. Is the cake still good? Oops, we totally forgot about the cake and the presents. Well, I suppose last night wasn't a bad birthday gift either. Curiosity gains the better of me when I glance at the large gift box next to the cake. I do wonder what he got me. A little peek won't hurt, right? I undo the wrapping and a gasp escapes me as I pull out a box with a cover of a rare limited edition Miss Moon-themed laptop. Ah! No way! I've been wanting this forever! Okay, though, really though? Like, what kind of... A man in love would buy a really powerful laptop with the character tax on it. In this game, like, it makes sense. Clicks my Loprit pen. There were four intense things. For real. I remember being so excited for this laptop when the announcement was made, but being so heartbroken when at the super expensive price it retailed for. Miss Moon's animation studio had partnered up with a leading laptop manufacturer and made a limited run computer that had both power and aesthetics. Excitement wells up in my stomach as I freak out over the gift. I can't help but squeal quietly as I unbox it further and dance around. He's still shirtless. I was hoping to see your face when you opened it, but I'm assuming you liked it from your little victory dance there. Enix! Happy belated birthday, Cersei. I hope you like her. Like her? I love her! Thank you so much. I just heard she's such a powerful piece of equipment. But I kind of feel she's wasted on me. Nah, she's definitely not wasted on you. I mean, how else can we make kick-ass games together if we don't have the proper tools, right? My heart feels like it stops beating as I hear his words. I look up, half expecting a joking laugh from Enix to emerge, but instead I find a sincere gaze and a gentle smile. Wait, what? Did you check under the expensive laptop? Probably not. I look under the laptop's box and my eyes widen. There's a small game box with the custom cover art and name of the game that Enix and I had planned all those years together. Lost for words, I look back at him and he merely laughs. Relax, I just coded a simple prototype of the prologue so far. I'm really hoping maybe you can help me finish the rest? Wait, hold on, does that mean... Yeah, I'm not going to middle school anymore. In fact, I talked to my school advisor and he said I could possibly finish my last few classes of undergrad online here. A lot has happened in the last couple of weeks, and I've really been able to open my eyes to what's most important to me in this life. So, I'm staying here. For good. And if I'm completely honest, I couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier. Right, dear? Couldn't be... Okay. My voice is so tired. I feel tears well up again as I turn to look at the game box. All our memories, all those years of late-night brainstorming sessions and lifelong fantasies were actually going to manifest themselves. I look up at him and throw my arms around him in a loving embrace. I'm so proud of you. You're going to do amazing. I know you are. We are going to do amazing. This isn't my dream alone, is it? I want you to make this game with me because it's our dream, Cersei, something we created together from the start. Will you join me? Duh! 1,000 times yes! Or I'll tell the whole world a story they'll never forget. I beam at him as a sensation of utter warmth and joy fills my chest. As Enix hugs me back. I spot pure, genuine happiness shining in his eyes for the first time in years. The sight makes my smile grow wider as I look up at him. I bring his lips to mine as we lose ourselves in another sweet kiss. Our actions can finally convey the true feelings we've had towards one another for so long. But after a few moments, neither of us shows any sign of slowing. One of his hands comes up to entangle itself in my hair as another quickly hoists me up on the table. He suddenly breaks away from my lips and to whisper in my ear. By the way, I love the look. Think we can make it our official studio uniform going forward? I look down to see I'm only clad in what's left of my underwear from last night. A grin bubbles onto my face at the lewd suggestion as I playfully shake my head. Yeah, okay, keep dreaming. Haven't you heard? That's what I do best. Oh my god. Here they go. It's the spicy music, not the birthday suit. When I said birthday cake, I actually meant birthday cake. Enix. Minutes tick by as we kiss passionately, and our heat and fervor from last night slowly returning. Suddenly, he lays me down on the dining table as he climbs up the dining table. Enix, here? Now? Please, please, come on. You can't just go around my apartment looking like that and expect me to be unfazed. I can't stay away from you. I just can't. Did they break the table? We'll never know. Okay. I do need to stop here, though. I do need to stop here. So, we will I know. Otsuriza, thank you. Hold on, let me. So, because, okay, hold on. So, I've done all the routes. Yo, who's the bearded dude? Oh, this is Marcelo. You'll like him. This guy, kind of almost he's like the mafia guy. Leader of the Red Dragons, an underground like organization that kind of like does things from the shadows kind of thing. So this is legit. Enix is a childhood friend. Mafia, yeah. Florian is the teacher. Jamie is the pop idol. Let's go to the profiles. Here, I'll have Marcelo introduce himself to you. He's Italian. Full name is Marcello Victorino Moretti di Nucci, leader of the Red Dragons and one of the two heads of the underground. His birthday is April 19th. He is a, yeah, it's a very long name. He's an Aries. Just teasing, I doubt you could afford anything on my alley. So when you meet MC, like when MC meets him for the first time, she's supposed to ice coffee on him. As for siblings, he's got a bitch-ass brother named Sergio. Sergio's really cute, though. Fuck you. He's the found family trope, by the way. If you're into found family, you would like his route. Which reminds me, we agreed to meet up for drinks later tonight. Want to come with? Maybe you and I can loosen that bastard up. So this is funny. When you when you ask this question, I should show you what Enix says. It is what you think it is. Yeah, Sergio gets like Sergio gets character art. Sergio gets character art. Also, yes. My picks for this game is Enix and Sergio. Sergio? Yeah. So those are my picks for this game. He is DLC. His DLC is in development.
He's kind of giving me Mystic Messenger. You can stop! I did play Mystic Messenger! Jumin Han and Zen were my faves! Stop! Oh my god. But yeah, if you ask them, read like an open book. Honestly, if I did like a pop or flop or smash or pass, like, I'm sure you all would figure out very quickly who my favorites are, yeah. Okay, but I'm no Mysterious Pix either. So these profiles unlock after you finished every route, but it's funny when you ask them what their positions are. Enix's is the funniest one. Because he's like, it flies over his head. He's like, favorite position. Like, I was the ace pitcher for our baseball team back in high school, so that's what I'm used to. I was actually pretty fast on my feet, so I wouldn't have minded trying out any other position like shortstop. Huh? What do you mean that's not what the question means? Wait, what the hell did you just ask me? Excuse me, that's private information. What happens when between two partners in the bedroom is their own business and not any... Sir, we just read a chapter of the two of you fucking, okay? We just read a chapter. He's such a nerd, though. Where he's like, well, but also I've always been into cosplay and roleplay, and I don't know, maybe something with that in mind. And what? God, what the hell am I saying? I'm just gonna shut up now. Yeah. I regret to inform you that Kieran has designated Jin Uzuki as a flop, even though he cut Mecha with a half. Do you... I am not one to argue against that, Crimson, because we all know I like Kanan from Xenosaga too. And Kanan is a reality, and he's not even human. He's made of nanomachines. But yes, Jin, okay. Growing up, playing Xenosaga, I didn't like Jin. Because I thought he was like, you know, he was just like, oh, like, the obnoxious big brother that's like trying to tell Xion what to do, all that kind of stuff. But as an adult, actually, now I'm like, oh, Jin really was just looking out for Xion, and Xion, unfortunately, is just a walking ball of trauma. A walking ball of trauma with glasses. Yeah. He does take on certain voice of reason qualities. It is true. It is very, very true. Alrighty, we're gonna ask Marcelo what his favorite position is, because he's funny. My favorite position, huh? Why don't you come back to my place and find out right now? What's wrong? Got you flustered? Don't dish out what you can't take, sweetheart. I showed this to a friend, and they were just like, they wanted to flip. Yeah, he's definitely a player. And then Jamie's the pop idol. Oh ho! I like this question. To be honest, it's more of a question of what I don't like. I like spicing things up, and I'm open to all sorts of new experiences in the bedroom, even out of it. But I really love when my partner is vocal, so whatever gets them to let their voice out for me is all game. But I think as long as both parties consent and are having a good time, basically everything is fair game. Except for shit. Jamie is so jealous. A secret pop idol. Yeah, he ran away from it all. Yeah, this part, except for sharing, I guess in that way I prefer anything that has my partner's full attention on me and me alone. I was reading this and I was like, damn, okay, Raphael. Okay, Raphael, love in deep space. And then this is the teacher. This is the professor. Is this really the sort of thing you should be asking someone? Perhaps I'll write you up to the dean for being inappropriate. He's actually kind of romantic, yeah. On that note, the risk of sounding a tad old-fashioned, quite romantic. Oh my god. Why don't you drop by the faculty lounge after my next lecture is over? I'd be happy to give you a more thorough hands-on example. That sounds like something Zane would say, though, but... And then Aslan, this is the bartender. DLC art. Yeah, he's the professor and archaeologist, yeah. Oops, sorry, work got... Yeah. No, you're all good. Yeah, so he's the bartender at the beginning of the story. He's the one who calls, like, one of the love interests. I can't wait to play his DLC. I'm excited to figure out what he's about. You can also ask them about the other guys. It's really cute. Okay, close thine eyes. So, they're all cute. I've been tossing the idea of writing a visual novel. Would be fun to... Oh my god, I'd be so excited. Like, look, they're all so cute. Look at Sergio. They're all so cute. The EP little guys. Are they all brothers? Surprisingly, no. So, Marcelo's family kind of adopted Sergio. Kind of, sort of. They're not brothers by blood. I feel like I know the artist, probably. I feel like you would know. And then here you have Jamie and Enix fighting, and then Aslan and MC being all cute. So in this short story where this is from, his family or his... Oh, good question. That's a very good question. Crimson. To be determined. But yeah, these two are fighting in the theme park. They've been like competing over her attention in the short story. It's really funny. But like as you can see, I've finished these. Oh, this is funny. Hold on. Spoilers for Marcelo's. She accidentally ends up in the wrong bathroom. In the manor, yeah. And then this is kind of his little brother in a sense. So the kid here, Tito is he's the son of a couple of like agents in the organization. He like his parents passed away with Marcelo's dad because there was a mission that ended in failure and they were all killed. So basically, this little kid is more or less some of the only family he's got left. More or less. Other than Sergio, because Sergio is now the leader of the other underground organization, the... Why do I want to say Black Lion? Is it Black Lions? I can't remember. But he looks Dimitri coded, so... And then Jamie likes cats. They find a cat. This is during her performance. This is him. This is like their ending, where he goes back to performing as a pop idol. He left the idol scene because he was being like mistreated after his accident and stuff. And then there's Enix. Like, this is them crashing into each other on the bus. This is my favorite scene, where it's like, why couldn't it be you? And honestly, this is how I feel about Love in Deep Space right now, honestly. This is how I feel about it right now. I know. Enix, I don't know if I want to go to medical school, Marcella. I adopted this kid after both our parents were killed in the line of duty. Quite literally. And then here's the professor. The professor is an archaeologist. They're going to go find an artifact, and I think the story here, if I remember correctly, someone has been stealing artifacts from museums and stuff, and the artifacts are being found on the black market. Yeah, he looks like someone who should be protected. I know, he looks like he's like a sweet little bean. He looks so panicked right here. But yeah, I've replayed this route the most. Oh, so there's Aslan, and then I think one of them might be Philia's story. Hold on. Yeah, Philia has an extra story. So there is the story about the cute little penguin. She's so funny. I love her. When I played this demo, I didn't think I would be this obsessed with this game, honestly. But here I am. I've bought this game for like 4 different friends. I gifted it to them on Steam because I was like, guys, I think you would enjoy this game a lot. And so like one of them's gone through it. They went through Enix's route. Because like I would not shut the fuck up about it. I would not shut up about it. And so they played it, and then they DM'd me and was like, it's not. I'm in tears. It's so cute. And I'm like, did you play the bad ending? And they're like, no. And I'm like, you need the bad ending to complete the stories and to get the extras. So it does force you to actually complete everything. Like, hold on, navigate. Yeah. So yeah, there's 11 chapters plus the bad end, epilogue, and credits. So we're on episode 8. So we're actually making good time, guys. If I wasn't reading this aloud, I think this would have taken me like 4 hours. Because if I'm not reading aloud, I'm generally a fast reader. I think when I started, I was just like, I needed to know what happened. So I finished it in a night. I think I started playing after dinner, and Wild looks over and he's like, "Oh, she's fine. She's locked in." Yeah. Did you play the bad ending? Why would you do that to myself? That's literally how I felt with the bad end. So immediately I rolled back and played the good ending because I didn't want to feel bad. I want to go to sleep sad. Alrighty. But that is it for today. I appreciate you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm trying to see if there's anybody online that is still here. Wait, yes, I know who's on. I know who's still here. I know who's... Alrighty. Luke is playing Withering Waves right now. And actually, Luke, I will admit, is one of the people who actually inspired me to continue the game and actually get the full version of Love Spell. So thank you to Luke. I think there's an intense scene happening right now in Wuwa. So I'll give it a moment. But if any of you do need to find me, tonight is my last stream for the week. I hope to stream a little bit more next week, but we'll see. It's going to be up in the air because I think I will be recording some footage from Love and Deep Space this weekend probably, and then next week. Simply because like I don't know what the fate of the game is, and I want to preserve my memories of it. So that's how I feel about it. But if you do need to find me, there are my socials. Sorry, YouTube, I don't have that set up just yet. But there are the raid messages if you're coming with us to say hi to Luke. And oh, that is it for today. Please take care of yourselves. Make good choices.
Gotcha responsibly. Take your meds. You know, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. Alrighty. So, what? There we go. Alrighty. There we go. Alrighty. We are raiding out to Luke Aurora. Have a good one, everybody. Stay safe. Stay cool. And have a good one. Raising out. Good night.